Welcome. I am about to do something that I've never really done before. So, there's these moments I have when I'm in the bath, in the shower, whether I'm having a hard time or I'm already inspired and in awe of the energies of life that are around me. I receive these messages and insight on how to get through the experiences that I'm going through to help me align with my highest truth and my most true path moving forward into the light, and how to harness that light from myself, well, harness it from beyond, really, connect with the divine spirit and bring it through myself to help illuminate the path ahead of me and to help bring that illumination to those around me. So then I am not so a lot of times in my past, and this is very new for me, being able to open up and speak fluently, because in my past, I've not been able to do that. I've learned a lot about myself, and our biggest weaknesses are also our biggest strengths. And more often than not in the past, I would get very flustered when talking with someone when the moment that I saw them seeing me, then seeing myself through their eyes, and not seeing myself through my own eyes, not feeling myself from my own heart, I would pick up on, well, I do, and I can, when I choose to now, pick up on their filtration system, who they are and why they're perceiving me in the way that they are. And I can see it in their eyes and their mannerisms and that very subtle language that kind of floats under the surface that not everyone ever acknowledges. Even though these things happened to me, I had no idea what was happening, and I'd get so flustered. And there's times where I would get so embarrassed, I'd feel the heat rush to my face, and I'd have to hold in a tear. I'd just want to cry and run away. Fight or flight would take over, and I would want to take off, and I would forget everything in my mind. I want to be able to speak. And now look at me. This is my first time really connecting with myself and being able to fluently explain myself and not getting tongue-tied. And it's taken me a lot of practice to get to this place, and this is my first exercise. I'd like to share with you guys the insight that came to me while in a bath today. I'm going to pull some cards about it to help guide me through it, and just to help bring that awe-inspiring moment of, yes, the divine is there watching us and listening to us, and is there to help guide us if we open ourselves up to receiving the messages and wisdom that it has to share. So I'm going to pull out some cards. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing? My alchemy deck has been speaking to me a lot lately. The deck I got started with. And from the moment I pulled the first cards, I knew that there was so much more going on than I could acknowledge. Not bad. Good. It's been a while since we've seen you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've never done this before. I've almost done it before. but I've never actually done it. Oh, this is funny because this just goes along with the duality of my intention for this reading. The light and dark, the the good and the bad. All right, I'm going to flip these over, but I did get summer. Summer is a time of basking in the sun, enjoying time spent with family and friends, to embrace that divine light. There's so much information that comes from the sun. It's more than something that warms us and allows us to grow. It is what gives us life. And so much ancient knowledge. It's been around longer than we can fathom. It holds more energy than what we can perceive. So this morning when I was taking a bath, this is the, okay, wait, let's see. Okay, let me play around. It said that I could add a sticker. After bath, aftermath. This morning I woke up. No, I can't see. Okay. This morning I woke up very, very burnt out. It was a long weekend. I didn't really get a weekend. I didn't really relax. And I went to bed just totally exhausted. I couldn't help but I had to cry a little bit. You know, you get those moments where you want to take it out on everyone around you. But I know better now, and I know to kind of sit in that darkness for a little while and to really understand what it is I'm feeling so that I can switch it around sooner than later. I don't want to start any conflict and blame my problems on anyone else. And oh, no. The one card that I forgot to flip over is the one card that I chose. So all this is going to be significant in a minute. Yeah, that looks like that was the last one, huh? Oh, is there another one? Here, let's see, that one wants to play. Oh, those of you that know me. The void. Oh my goodness. Any other ones? Any like ass backward messages? Yes, Saturn. Look at the duality. Okay, this is all going along with the message that I received. Jupiter. Okay. I've never pulled cards that way, but it's very interesting. So, I woke up this morning and did what I had to do to get the kids out the door. Just feeling this really deep, when you learn to just sit and observe the emotions and the negativity that is just eating away at you, you know, you feel like you want to curl up in a ball, but you also acknowledge that verbally communicating it isn't exactly going to bring you peace, right? So the best thing to do is to allow yourself to sit in the quiet of it all and sit back and kind of observe what is going on. And so this morning, I sent the kids off to school. I finally had a quiet moment to eat my breakfast by myself. And I finished up some homework, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish it. I thought I was going to have to call my teacher and be like, I need a couple more days. I can't do this. I can't do it all. There's so much that I'm trying to do, and there's this, and that, and I don't know if I can finish the homework. I don't know if is it that important? Do I need to follow through with it? And it was really amazing when I sat down in that peace and quiet, and I allowed myself to just be. I know that's not always an option, so it is sometimes, especially as a mom, really hard to find those moments of peace. But you can walk away and hide yourself in the bathroom and do whatever spiritual practices that will help you. The more you do it, the more you can find this like linear time where you just allow those negative energies to slip away and dissolve into. And while I took a bath, I finished my homework, and I finished my food, and I'm like, yes, nice hot bath with some Epsom salt is going to be perfect for me right now. And I did, and I put some drumming on the radio. I'm like, no, this drumming stuff to help me kind of meditate. It was not. It was just too much. I just needed to silence. I needed to silence everything. And I've been contemplating a lot divine timing and divinity itself, whether you want to call it God or all the many names and words to describe this energy of infinite love and wisdom and divine timing. Divine timing has been on my mind so much lately because life, that's how the world works. Life right now, as we know it, and the way it's been constructed and manipulated over time, is so cookie cutter. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky tacky. And that goes against our natural design as human beings. We're not supposed to just go, 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 go. We are designed to experience and expand, evolve, and believe in ourselves and each other and make connections on a level that we just don't get to do when we're out in the workforce or doing this role or that role as a person. There are many different aspects to who we are. And divine timing is something that we can tap into. And so for me, I get this beautiful broad, it's like stepping out of my everyday life and just kind of getting a good view of the earth and imagining, that we all have this. Okay, so it's a duality, right? There's structure to our lives, but it's sacred geometry. It's why I'm so into sacred geometry, because there's a design, a pattern that exists in the natural flow of life. And so when you find out what you're made of and what your structure, what your pattern looks like, then this divine timing kind of flows within that structure. And so that's what I've been trying to find, and is the structure. Okay, and that's Saturn. And it's the duality between the divine flow. A lot of artists get in this flow, and athletes, they'll get in this flow state where hopefully a lot of people have experienced this, where you're having such a good time, and time moves by fast when you're having fun. That is like the divine flow. And me as an artist, that's how I tap into my divine flow, my divine path. And that is, so easy for me to just drop out of time and space and think all these deep thoughts. And within that, I need a balanced structure, right? And so I think a lot of people can relate in the way that, okay, we have this divine flow, but we aren't always open to seeing it because of the structures that society has unnaturally put in front of us to experience. And it's very blinding. And when we're able to see that as just a necessity, it's not who we are. These jobs and our ways of parenting and everything do not define us. What defines us is being able to connect with our divine patterns and find the structure within that. It's a balance, and sticking to it, being able to control it in the way that we want to, so that we can step in and out of it when we need. And the summer is like harnessing all of that beautiful joyous. So it's, I feel like within the structure, and especially my experience with being burnt out as a mom and everything, we have to remind ourselves to enjoy that summer, enjoy the sun, take a break. If you are burnt out, then well, the sun can burn us out too. It's that duality. You need to hide out in the shade because yes, the sun is really exciting to hang out in and you can really enjoy yourself, but there's nothing better than sitting under the shade of a tree on a hot day, right? You need that balance and duality. And so check out these cards, okay? So we've got Saturn, I feel like. Saturn, like I've been talking about. The void. Hi, Mary. I'm talking about my afterbath aftermath. It's something that I'm going to start doing. I have these great insights when I'm in the bath that help me get over situations, and I've been wanting to share them because all this knowledge that comes to me sometimes, and I think so deeply, I'm able to connect with the divine, and that's what I'm talking about right now. You just finished your stats homework. Woohoo! I finished homework this morning too, and it feels so good. So now it kind of goes along with what I'm talking about. I don't know if you feel burnt out. I don't know if you can, but I've been feeling burnt out, and I haven't taken the time to enjoy summer. I've been burnt out. There's always we are summer is always there. The sun is always there, whether we see it or not, whether we experience it or not, and we can always take time to have fun and play with our friends and enjoy splashing around. You're very burnt out, yeah. Okay, so the sun burns us out, right? Like, so I'm finding that very. Oh, I hear Jeff. He's leaving. I haven't said bye to him. Whatever. Okay, if you're watching this later, bye, Jeff. All right, come back to it. The summer, I'm feeling burnt out from the sun. I am in my divine flow, which is very, very, all this information comes from the sun. It's very divine and powerful, and there's so much more to it than we can ever imagine. It gives us life and energy, but when we hook up with that life and energy, we just go, 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 and that's what I've been experiencing, a different type of burnout. And no matter what kind of burnout you have, we tend to do these things for the better good of ourselves. But if we don't align with our higher selves and our highest path, bye, then our burnout is so stinky. It's like we haven't learned how to retreat to the shadows, to the void, my favorite place, and I was just there, so I'm not surprised this card came up, and I'm really happy that it did, because this is just like confirmation, So we've got these things going on. We stick to, I know, we stick to the structure of pattern. We hold ourselves to this path that we're walking, whether it's right for us or not, and we get burnt out. And hi. I am feeling a major call to retreat to the shade so I'm not so burnt out in the sun, and just being able to listen to the birds. This time of year is so wonderful. All right, there we go. I've been feeling the need to connect with nature and go outside because I hear the birds in the morning, and the land holds the memories of our ancestors, and I've just been really wanting to dig my roots deep as the sun comes up more and more each morning to nurture us. And that's, where do we want to put our energy? Where do we want to put our structure? Because like I was saying before, we all have our own design. And I see it as sacred geometry that when we follow our set design, when we figure out what our design looks like, our geometrical, it's our natural pattern to life and how we were born into this life. And when we align with that, these stepping stones kind of form in front of us, and we're not trying to forge our own path anymore. We are forging our own path, and we're not following someone else's. And that to me is just the most beautiful form of divine, finding your own divine flow in this life. And that's the best place to put our efforts, our structure, to bring forth the structure of our beautiful design. And there's a major balance that needs to be played with and gotten to know. It's a trial and error process, and we have to allow ourselves to sink into the void and observe our emotions before we take them out on everyone else, which I had to do today. My friend called. I'm like, no, sorry, I can't talk. Words do not want to come up out of my mouth right now. I might bitch and complain. I don't want to hear myself complain. I just want to fix myself. So I'm going to go take a bath and then pull some cards on these energies that I'm picking up on. And Quicksilver. Let me see if I can remember. Let's observe the picture, right? Quicksilver. I believe it's a place in between stepping out of this realm and that realm. And I mean, even these colors, there's a lot of symbolism and stuff within these cards. Look at the darkness, all the dark there, and the greenery. So it's like this Quicksilver is in the place of, in between the worlds. Oh, what's that? Like having one foot in each realm of being able to be comfortable with your darkness and learning how to find the summer within you and knowing when to retreat to the shadows. I am going on my books right here. Okay. Because then I have Jupiter. And I can't exactly remember Jupiter, but look at Jupiter, so colorful. And rainbow, you don't get rainbows without the sun and the rain, right? Rainbows don't exist without a little bit of darkness, too. And that is exactly what I was contemplating in the bath. That made me want to come and pull cards and share this connection through divination to help kind of just inspire others. It's very awe-inspiring to know that we're not alone and there's something else out there listening, and we can bring it through to our lives through many different ways. Not just these witchy kind of things that are totally fun. Okay, oh, I just had it. Quicksilver. That's silver. Quicksilver. There we go. Wait. Nope. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Slippery, mobile, mercury. Part liquid and part metal, Quicksilver is a mesmerizing material. Its gift is to slip between worlds. It cannot be pinned down or easily defined. Mercury came to symbolize the god Hermes and the great hermetic secrets of alchemy, always sliding away into secrecy, just beyond the alchemist's grasp. It is said Mercury represents the transition between the physical and the unseen worlds, between life and death, between science and the esoteric. It is the metal of sacred thresholds. Shamanic practitioners of every tradition must acquire the ability to stand at the doorway between worlds. This is no small feat. The Mercury card indicates the querent has a particular gift for such a task. This is the work of the shaman, teacher, sage, artist, and alchemist. And I was just saying, the artist, you get in this divine flow, and you can't help but to this energy. When you align with that energy of divinity, it's information that is very useful and helpful. I can't help but to want to share it because it's bigger than me and it's not about me, and the messages are beautiful and I learn from them, but it comes through and it wants to blah, 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 blah. And I'm finally able to word vomit it out and without any like second guessing myself. And if you guys want to watch that later, it's at the beginning. I talk about how I couldn't do this before. I could not speak fluently. I would listen to myself talk and then I'd like second guess myself, and it's like I had this major filter, but that filter's gone and I'm able to just a little better. Okay. Heed the call of Quicksilver. The sacred threshold requires your attendance. You tend to do that too. It's a weird thing. I'm sure all of us have some kind of filter of self when we go to express ourselves. You process outwardly, and I was the opposite internally. I internally feel other people's emotions as they're looking at me. I can, because I choose to now, see myself through their eyes instead of through my own. And that would just leave me all flustered and like I'd forget my own thoughts. There was no brain in there. I couldn't figure it out. I'd get so embarrassed. I think we talked about that before, Mary. That was probably one of the first things that we talked about hanging out. We kind of just clicked right away because we're both like, yeah, we have some issues there, but you're awesome. I see the awesomeness in you. So, yeah, this goes along with everything that kind of came to me as a download in the bath. Yes. Okay, Jupiter. Oh, I love this too. It's the light and the darkness. And that was one of the things that kept coming up to me in the bath, was that you cannot have light without the darkness. And if we didn't experience any darkness, then we wouldn't experience any light either. And the saying God works in mysterious ways came up, and that's what you just have faith. God works in mysterious ways, and I understand it on a whole different level now, because I don't really believe in good and bad, or bad. They're one and the same. It's the same coin. It's the same flip side. Bad is good because it highlights where we need to shine the light. And I think Jupiter might be all about that. Expansion, possibility, and fortune. Jupiter is often a welcome sight, emerging from the darkness, shimmering with possibilities. It is the planet of growth, expansion, success, and elevation. When this card appears, the future is full of bright, perhaps even dazzling. Everyone wants to be around Jupiterian energy and to claim some for themselves, so there's likely a magnetic feeling at play. The work is to keep Jupiter's bigness in balance during the wave of expansion that's taking place. Its shadow is most easily seen in celebrity culture, excess consumption, and messaging of never enough. You may begin comparing yourself with others or assessing your value. Don't double judge yourself for this. Jupiter happens. Instead, realign with a benevolent message in your heart. What truly needs expanding? It's likely not your followers or your bank account. So I resonate with this a lot. Like, this is kind of me in this situation, or giving this reading and sharing this knowledge, because I don't know if you can tell, my energy is very, that's why I'm able to, blah, blah, blah. I'm so excited that this is lining up the way that it has. And if you go back to the beginning of the video, something I've never done, it's like I always check myself before. How funny. I just open the deck and like another card of duality comes in. Lead. It keeps us strong, but it also weighs us down. Um, when I shuffled the deck, it was opposite. You know, one side was like this and the other was like that. And because my eyes were closed, like, yeah, okay, I'm just doing this. And I looked down, like, oh crap. So I started putting them back in order, and I thought I had it all. And then I shuffled again, and then I opened deck, and there was a few cards that were still face up. And I'm like, okay, these cards want to play. Sure enough, these are all the ones that came out. And I don't think it's very coincidental at all that this is a message of duality and connecting with, harnessing, moving forward with the duality of light and dark. And this energy, when you're able to get over something like burnout, like, oh, I was in a place this morning, and I know that I don't want to move forward just with anger and everything, and I had to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm so excited I get to paint my room black, right? Because when I walk into our bedroom, I want it to be like a sanctuary. Black absorbs things, right? And I want it to just absorb all my negativity. I want it to be like a den where I can just come in and zone out. And so I really wanted to paint our room black today. But I had to listen to that internal voice being like, no, you need to relax and you need a little more summer. You need to retreat to the shadows and just observe the things that make you happy so that you know what to harness later, what to move forward with. Find the peace in my heart from the sun that gives us such loving energy. And yeah, I had to just sit in the moment and not speak, because that's been something that I've been very aware of lately. Just the power of our words, not only the way that we see ourselves through the words and how they change our internal structure, how our cells listen to everything that we say, but just the magic of a word, abracadabra, so shall it be. I did not want to talk about how upset I was over these little things when I knew I was just burnt out. And I'm burnt out from following. I'm in a huge transition right now, and I think a lot of people can relate to this because it's the energy of this year that so many people are coming into a new cycle, the ending of one and the beginning of another. And this new beginning that I choose to walk down is exciting, and it's full of potential that I've never felt before. And I've been so excited that I've allowed myself to be burnt out by the sun of the summer. I've been playing in it a little too much, and my structure has kind of burnt me out a little bit too. It's changing the dynamics of everything that needs to unfold. And to make things work in my favor, I have to just totally remember to take a step back and chill out every once in a while. So I encourage you guys listening, whoever might be listening, which is a weird dynamic and side rant of past, present, future, all the future people. I'm like time traveling. Um, I encourage you all to take those moments when you're feeling so frustrated and burnt out and like your world is collapsing and everything's against you, life is against you, to really just sit in the void, find some peace in the darkness, and to see it as something that will that you can shine light on. We have to be able to understand these things that make us feel this way so that we can shine a little light on it, and that is the quicksilver, the duality of being here and there, being mad, but so full of love for yourself and other people around you that you would rather sit in darkness and just not speak, right? If you don't have anything nice to say, and don't say it at all. I've been saying that to my kids a lot lately, and because it's something that I'm trying to practice. So I encourage you all to do the same. Find peace within yourself. Don't forget to have fun. Find the love in your heart so that you can forge your own path. Find the love for yourself and love for life. Allow yourself to connect with the divine in whatever way, whatever practices that you have. Oh, because it's so exciting and so peaceful. And even though I'm still tired, I'm probably still not, even though I'm like high energy, I'm not going to paint the bedroom. It's not that rushed. I'm excited to get into the house soon, but that's okay. We got to take care of ourselves. So that is my aftermath rant and reading. I hope that it has helped others like it has helped me. It is just a message in these many aspects, the alchemy of our lives, right? Some of us will align with these different alchemical properties. Some of us won't. But this message can definitely be related to someone because we're all human. And we all experience the same shit when it comes down to it. We all hurt. We all love. We have our emotions. We smile and laugh, feel depressed and sad and angry. And we're all kind of the same. It's all just a mix-up and a mash-up. And I hope this resonates with others that can that are experiencing these same alchemical properties in life right now. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah.